Good morning, day 3. It's just gone past 7 o'clock in the morning. Last night before I went to bed, I had a large glass of water. The idea being, thinking of that being hydrated thing. I won't be doing that tonight because I end up getting up a couple of times during the night to go for a pee. So I didn't sleep necessarily brilliantly. It was okay. Feel a bit tired this morning. Just going to go do my weigh in. Just something does feel a bit different, but that might just be in my head. Well, we'll find out on the way in. We'll see how it goes. Day 3 morning weigh-in on the average bloke diet. Wow, 207 pounds, 0.2. So just under 2 pounds I've lost since yesterday. Fantastic. So day 3, I'm going to go through my first 2 meals that I'm going to have. And today, because it's day 3, I'm going to mix things up a little bit because it was a bit boring having the same stuff. And, the average guy doesn't want the same stuff day in, day out, right? So first of all, is my cup of coffee. I'm going to have black coffee, no sugar. Mustn't have any sugar or milk, regardless, just black coffee. Now, in terms of this, it's a full fat yogurt, and people, but it's got live cultures in it, and it is actually recommended as being really, really good for you, regardless, especially on this particular diet. So what I'm going to do is get a spoon. I'm going to put some fresh fruit. They say that of all the fruit, strawberries, raspberries and blackberries are the best fruit to have. I will go through the nutritional part at a later point in one of the other videos, but for today, literally, it's a lovely Greek yogurt. It's nice and creamy and tasty, and I'm just gonna chuck those in as well. And I'm gonna have that as my breakfast for 10 o'clock. I'll take that with me to work. And for my lunch, again, the first couple of days I had that packet soup, and whilst it was okay, it wasn't really filling me up too much. Probably great for starting off the weight loss. So today we've got, this is supposed to be a very, very good soup. It's not particularly high in calories. There's a lot more of it than I had before. This is a chicken Mediterranean style soup. I like that. I've got some chicken I've taken off a chicken leg, and this is sourdough bread. Now, sourdough bread, of all the breads, sourdough and spelt bread are supposed to be the best ones for you. So it's a small amount of carbs. I know it's not what I'm normally used to be fair, but at least it's a bit of bread. So we're cracking on with day 3 with the meals. I should be putting this into here. Okay, and one of the great things, we're going to add some Celtic salt, because that's really good for you as well. Bit of pepper, and then just literally, I'm not going to be the world's best chef on this one, but you can see it's just a bit nicer than what I had before. And I'll just give that a stir around. You can see. Right. Put the lid on my thermos. That'll keep it nice and hot. Excellent. Right. And this is my evening meal for day 3. It's some salmon, some stir fry, bit of salt and pepper. I can't wait to get tucked in. So earlier on, I went for a run. It was a HIIT run, high intensity training. So it was actually slightly less than 10 minutes. Okay, and you're going to say, what, really? But like, I can assure you, it was quite intense. So the way it works is you do a minute warm up, 20 seconds full out sprint, then you take a minute to sort of light jog, 20 seconds sprint, do that 5 times and then a minute to cool down. The reason behind this, there's a scientific approach behind this, is it's a high intensity, it brings up the calorific burn, and is apparently very, very good for the system. I will go more into that towards the end of the videos. Needless to say that I'm really knackered now having done that. Also, how was my day? This was day 3, and I would say it's probably been the most difficult so far. I'm very tired in terms of the hunger thing. Yeah, I was okay up until after about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I could have eaten a Snickers or a pizza or something, but I didn't. It's about willpower, obviously. You've got to have a bit of willpower. I did find myself not only just tired, but a little bit emotional today, which I wasn't expecting. I've recently split up from a long-term girlfriend, and I was feeling a bit sad and more emotional than I imagined I would be. Now, it's probably to do with the day 3 thing and your body adjusting to being sort of on this particular diet. I'm tired now. I'm going to go to bed. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be better. But apparently we're over the worst of it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. I'm Neil. This is day 4 of the average guy diet. I want to give you a bit of a summary of where we're up to at the moment. I've really done my way in this morning, and I'm quite surprised. I've lost nearly 3 pounds since yesterday. Overall, nearly 6.5 pounds, which is pretty amazing considering we're only on day 4. In terms of how I feel, the day 2 and day 3 were a little bit tricky, I'm not going to lie. But in terms of where we're at now, I slept really well last night. Woke up once for a little while, but fell back to sleep, which is fantastic. I feel really good today. I've got some energy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the day pans out. Day 4, weigh-in time, first thing in the morning. Okay. 204.4. That's really good. That's nearly 3 pounds since yesterday, and about 6.5 pounds since I started. Fab. Welcome to day 4 of my 2 of my 3 meal preps. This is my breakfast and my lunch. My breakfast is 2 hard-boiled eggs with some Celtic salt and some black pepper on it. When I come to my lunchtime, which I'm having about 1:30, this is a real treat actually, because I've got a piece of bread. Can you believe it? Oh my God. It's a piece of chia sourdough bread. Sourdough bread, especially the more natural ones, is much, much better for you. There's no sugar in it, and it's much, much better than standard bread that you can buy. I've got with it today some chicken, some salad, some spinach leaves, a little bit of red peppers, some cucumber and spring onion. Really more for sort of taste and texture, because you really do notice the difference after a few days. And look at this bad boy, a whole slice of mature cheese. It's almost like half a sandwich, isn't there? Now, what I've tried to do is mix it up a little bit. As an average guy or an average bloke, you don't want to faff around too much, but at the same time you do want to see a bit of variety. I will go through towards the end of my diet on a separate video about the food prep, whether you want to go for really easy, fast prepared stuff or something a bit more like this. It really didn't take more than a few minutes, so. But we'll go at a later point. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you later. Before we start the evening meal, I'll just tell you a little bit about the last part of my day. Today's gone really, really well. I'm quite impressed. Up until about an hour before now, hungry, and it kind of felt a bit like if you'd had too much of one of those caffeine style drinks, that sort of buzzy feeling. Some of you might like that. I didn't. I had to concentrate a fair bit to get through, but I was just like, you know what, I'm going to be eating soon, so it's going to be fine. So that's the update in terms of where we're at with that. In terms of this food, I've done myself a chicken breast, just basically grilled, and with that just a small slither of cheese, which is here, and then some jalapeno salsa just over top, just to add a bit of taste, because I'm finding my taste buds are really sort of awakening now on day 4. Got some broccoli and some beans and some Celtic salt and some black pepper. So I'm quite hungry now. I'm going to crack on. This evening I did my exercise session after I'd eaten. Now the reason why I did this rather than before was I was just too bloody hungry to wait. I had to have some food, I'm not going to lie. But afterwards, after I'd eaten, I went to the gym and I did some leg exercises. It was a hit, a high intensity training session, only 25 minutes. So it was bearable, you know, and at the end of it, I didn't necessarily say I enjoyed it, but it was a good session. So if I were to think of one word I could use to describe today, I would say progressing. You know, this morning it was a great way in, you know, lost nearly 6.5 pounds. And whilst I appreciate some of it's going to be water, you know, that's a massive amount to lose on day 4. And, you know, even my work trousers feel a little bit looser than they were before. In terms of one thing I could take forward and perhaps do better on is I was a little bit grumpy today, and I need to keep that in check. It is totally doable, and I know that it's just the way of a body adjusting to things. Your body's out of sync a little bit, so I was a little bit grumpy. I'm going to work on that and hopefully be better tomorrow.